everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here for Vlogmas Day 20, and for today's video we are going to be talking about my 2019 goals and we're wrapping them all up and seeing how I did on them this year. I would say overall this year wasn't the best year for reading or writing or really anything that is on this goal list because I had a lot of stuff going on, especially with work and school. So hopefully in 2020, which you guys will be seeing my goals video for that tomorrow, so I will go ahead and put that on the screen when it goes up, that I can improve on my goals for next year. So without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. I'm going to start off with my reading goals. So I'm going to start off with my Goodreads reading challenge for this year, which was to read 30 books. I did set myself a goal that was a lot smaller than previous years because I was in a reading slump all year until July, and I did hit this goal. I hit it like literally a couple months ago. So not too long ago, but I did hit that goal. I read a total of, as of recording this video, 40 books this year. Second reading goal was to get back on track with my review books. This definitely did not happen. Again, I was just extremely busy this year with a lot of work changes, so I didn't have a time to really focus on reading at all, and more so my review books, which I feel bad about. I did try to make books that I had to read by a deadline. I made those a priority, and I didn't get on track with those. But as far as backlist titles, definitely did not happen this year. The third reading goal I had was to read more local authors. So I'm talking about authors from all of New England, all 6 states. And I would say I'm like 50-50 on this goal. I did read quite a few books by local authors. Some of them were by the same author, but I'll still count that. So I would say like I did half of that this year, more than, not as much as I wanted to say the least. The fourth reading goal was to read 10 ebooks, and no, this did not happen. Ebooks just aren't my thing. I do want to improve on this goal next year, so this will be probably something that's on my 2020 goals list as well. But I think I read maybe 3 ebooks as of recording this video. Just, again, not my thing. Goal number 5 was to read or listen to 10 audiobooks. I only read 3 this year and I enjoyed all of them. Again, I just didn't have the time to focus on audiobooks this year, so that was a fail. Reading goal was to read half of Stephen King's published work, and yeah, this was a failure of a project. I had this plan in mind back in January that I was going to make September a month where I just read Stephen King books. And that didn't happen. That did not work out for the best. I only read 2 Stephen King books this year. I read Salem's Lot and Cujo, and I enjoyed both of them, but I didn't have the time to read any more. So again, that is something I want to change in 2020. Next reading goal was to get my TBR down to 25 books. Again, did not happen this year. I think I maybe got myself down to 70 TBR books, if that. I honestly lost track of count, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But again, I do want to get my TBR smaller and smaller. I will explain this in my bookshelf tour, why you guys will see my books are turned backwards. So that'll be coming out in a couple of days. I think you guys will be seeing that on Christmas itself. So stay tuned, but I will talk more about that then. But no, I did not get my TBR down to 25 books. To be more selective with the review books I accept to read for review. And yes, I definitely accomplished this year. In the past 2.5 years since I started my channel / blog, I have been accepting basically every single book that I have gotten an email about for review from a publisher or an author, more so the publishers. And this year, since my TBR with review books was getting so large, I decided to kind of be a lot more selective. And I definitely did a good job at this. I accepted maybe 10 at most review books this year, which I honestly feel a little bit bad about, but it's something that I did want to do, and I actually enjoyed all of the ones that I read, so I'm pretty happy with that, and hopefully that is something I can continue on into the new year. Next goal was to read 5 nonfiction books, and I have hit this goal. I literally just hit this goal yesterday from when I'm filming this. So I did accomplish that one. All I had was to make Boston a more bookish city, and this was something that I didn't know exactly how to work out when I put it on my list. I have realized over the years that Boston isn't a big spot for book signings. Actually, mostly the entirety of New England isn't really. Unless you're a local author, you don't usually see a lot of the bigger name authors come to Boston, and that's something I wanted to change. And I would say it definitely happened this year. I saw a lot of publishers, or not publishers, authors that I wanted to meet come to Boston this year, which was great. And I think that definitely improved from previous years. And the last reading goal I had set for myself was to go to a book signing, and that did happen. I went to the Nexus book signing back in May with Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I will go ahead and link that vlog on the screen for you guys. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope to go to more in the future. Next, we're going to move on to my social media / blog / YouTube goals, any of the social media platforms I'm on. So the first one of those was, and this was just for fun, to hit 1K subscribers. This didn't happen, but that is completely fine with me. Again, I put it on this list just for fun. It is fun to see your channel go, but honestly, I am very happy with the size of audience I have now. I wouldn't change it for the world. So even though I didn't hit the goal, that's fine with me. Next was to be more active on my blog, and I definitely was this year. I think I have been a lot more active this year on my blog than I have in previous years, and that is something I wanted to change because last year I wasn't very active on it at all. And I definitely made myself and pushed myself to be active on it more and more, posting at least 2 posts a week, and that definitely was the case, especially over the summer. So I'm very happy with that, and my blog is always linked down below. It will be the top link for you guys to go check out if you'd like to. This was to co-host or create a readathon, and both of these happened. I actually co-hosted a readathon and created a readathon this year. I co-hosted the biennial baby-a-thon back in the winters of like January or February. I also hosted Music-a-thon that I co-hosted with my friend Maddie, and I also created the Dystopia-thon, which happened at the end of November. Supposed to be more active on my DIY channel, and I was for a good majority of the year. The first 5 or 6 months I was posting on that every single month. I was doing a monthly favorites video, and then I kind of had to take a break because work got in the way, but I definitely have picked up more towards the end, so I'm definitely happy with that. And the last social media goal I had set for myself was to do a stream on Twitch. This did not happen, and again, this is mostly because of work and school and how busy I was this year. So Twitch is a online, it's very similar to YouTube. It's mostly for gaming, and I got really into video gaming last year when my reading slump started, and this is kind of my new enjoyment besides reading was video gaming, and I got really into it, and I wanted to do a stream on Twitch for fun, and I will go ahead and link my Twitch channel down below as well, if you guys would like to check it out. Again, I haven't posted anything on there, but I do plan on doing one in 2020 because I didn't do one this year, which again, I didn't really make it a main priority, so we'll see what happens in 2020. Alright, now we're moving on to my writing goals. So this year I wanted to at least finish one of my projects, and that just didn't happen. So the first writing goal I had was keep writing my NaNoWriMo project. So this was my main project I had been working on for the past couple of years. It was my NaNoWriMo 2017 project, which I actually won NaNoWriMo with. That was my adult fantasy novel, Evil Queen retelling. And I did start working on it at the very beginning of the year, but then I just kind of fell off the wagon because I, again, was extremely busy this year. So I did work on it, so I would consider this goal complete. It was to start working on my contemporary project, which I also did because I did work on it during NaNoWriMo this year, even though I quit like halfway through the month. But I did start it. The last writing goal was to make more writing videos. Besides the ones I made during NaNoWriMo, that was it. I haven't made a writing goal before that. I hadn't made one after that. And so this, again, is kind of 50-50, but I would put it more on the feel side. And lastly, we have my life goals. So these are just a couple things I wanted to achieve that would be like big milestones in my life this year. So the first one of those was to lose 50 pounds. Now, I have mentioned this before. I have struggled with my weight for quite a few years now. Ever since I was about 11 is when I started struggling with it. And I have talked about this very briefly in some of my vlogs, but I started Weight Watchers back in September. It has been a great thing for me. It's worked really well. I have lost 8 pounds so far, so not quite the 50-pound mark, but I'm still very happy with the weight I did lose. The last goal I set for myself for the year 2019 was to learn a language, and again, this did not happen this year. I learned a couple of things here and there, mostly through work, like a couple of words of Spanish and also a couple of things in ASL, but that's about it. I know the very, very basics of both of those languages, so I would consider this goal failed. So yeah, that is my wrap up for my 2019 goals, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I am posting a new video every single day leading up to Christmas, so make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell to be notified for when I post a new video. And let me know in the comments down below how you guys did on your 2019 goals, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys to check out if you'd like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 21. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!